Yo, what's good, guys? It's the Theslykrow. How y'all feeling? Hope y'all been having a good holiday so far. So I don't normally do movie reviews, but with Wonder Woman 1984, this joint was just an absolute mess, and I just had to get my point across. This movie premiered last Friday on streaming platforms, and bro, I gotta say, this director has been smoking crack, cause that script was just on some dumb shit, fam. So I'm gonna get into some spoilers right here, and if you guys are not down for the spoilers, I would definitely back off right now. And let's dive right into Wonder Woman 1984 story, which I thought it had a pretty good story in the beginning. You had the race of the Amazoness woman. I believe that's in Greece right there, where they're like fighting for glory. They're racing against each other to see who is the best warrior princess. And Diana was the youngest of all the female warriors, and she definitely deserved her place in this race. She killed this race. It's very inspiring to see like such a young woman besting all of the other candidates. So pretty much Diana was winning for the most part of the race, but she had one little mess up where she basically tripped over a branch and she fell off her horse. But she definitely used her quick wits and intuition where she managed to find a slide, and so she conveniently slides down the slide and follows her horse where the race continues. And I gotta say, man, that horse is the G for just racing on its own without a master. Like, damn. And so we get to the end of the race where Diana meets her mother, and she realized that, Diana was taking the shortcuts, and it was a very good teaching moment there where basically, like, you can't take any shortcuts if you want success in life. So I thought that was a very good, teaching point. Now, I'm not sure if the woman in the black hair was her mother, but I think she was her mentor. But yeah, she was just saying that, you can't take any shortcuts. She didn't deserve to win this battle. And then we have Diana's aunt come in and give her inspiration. Even though you lost this race, there's a lot of hope for you in the future, and your success will be granted if you take the time and effort. Now, I'm not too big on the DC's lore of Wonder Woman, but after doing some reading, I realized that her mother was actually the one that was always pessimistic. She didn't want her to become a warrior, and actually her aunt was the optimistic one, and she was the one who wanted her to get all the success, and she was the one who trained her to become an Amazoness warrior at the end of the day. So yeah, I really enjoyed the opening scene, and like pretty much the first half of this movie was really great in my opinion. It had a lot of wonder and charm. Like for example, when Diana first meets Barbara, like the fact that you have two people who are polar opposites of each other, like one being high class, it's always respected in the society, and the other is considered a geek in the world and is always looked upon and make fun of. Now the thing I'm most confused about is I'm not sure how Barbara got her powers. Like it was just all of a sudden, and it was the day after Max Lord managed to come into her office and steal the relic. So it's not really explained how Barbara got her powers, and I just hate that there are a few plot holes in this movie that just go unnoticed. Then we have the moment where Diana meets her old boyfriend Steve, who apparently transported in time somehow. But he plays a role in the whole mystery element, how he and Diana, they look for the how the relic was stolen. and how the relic was used. And so I really enjoyed the whole mystery element of it. How it's like a Laura Croft Da Vinci vibe. How they're trying to look into the lore of what makes this stone so powerful. And they end up doing some research and they find that this stone is actually from a Mayan or a Greek god. And so what happens is that Barbara manages to get a contact of someone who is very deep into the Mayan anthropology, and he basically shows them a book of how this stone was, created, and some of the lore behind the stone. Now, I wish this lore element had a deeper meaning for the movie, but it looks like it was just only for, discovering how the stone worked. But at the end of the day, like, it didn't have any purpose to the movie, and I felt like it kind of fell flat. Now, as far as Barbara being the main villain, bruh, this girl had no business being the villain. Like, why was she protecting Max Lord? Is it because he was a very classy man, he was a very charming man, and he was on TV, he had a TV personality? Come on, cuz, like, that's not a good reason to protect your man. This girl had no business being a villain. So, this movie had a lot of good elements to it, but, that second half was just brutal. Like, it dragged too long, and also that ending, man, like, that ending was so whack to me. It didn't have any impact at all. It really is just a shame because this had a blockbuster quality to it. You can tell it had a lot of good production value, but this director was on some crack on the second half of the movie, fam. Now, I did think that Gal Gadot did an amazing job as Wonder Woman, and I did hear a lot of good things about the first Wonder Woman movie, so I'm definitely gonna check that out in the future. So that being said, I really enjoyed the action scenes, but I wish there was, a few more action scenes. And, the whole mystery element was pretty interesting. But overall, man, like, I would give this movie a 6 out of 10. The second half really fell off, and that was the downside of this movie. So have you guys checked out the movie? Let me know in the comments below what y'all think. If you walk with your boy, hit that subscribe button. This is your boy Crow signing off. Later.